G'day. Can you hear me? There you go. I muted it. Oh my God. I'll start again. We went to the drive-in last night here in Perth at the Galaxy Drive-In. Aren't they all called the Galaxy? And went and saw See How They Run with Sam Rockwell, Cerise Ronan, Adrian Brody. A lot of fun. And if you're a fan of Agatha Christie, picking out all the nods to the different books and all that, so much fun. They'd say a line and I'd say, I know where that one happened, and I know who that character's from. One of the things was, I won't get the name of the killer, but the last name of the killer, and was racking my brains to find out what the name of the killer and what book it was associated with, or the last name of the killer. But I figured it out in the end and stuff. So I have a new decoration for Halloween as well. I'll be doing a Halloween special. We had a great, on the way home, unfortunately, we passed a couple of cars that had stopped. Somebody before them had unfortunately run over a kitty, and it was somebody's pet. And, poor thing. I was bawling all the way home from then. But yeah, it didn't let it spoil my night or anything, but it was quite sad that the poor little kitty, they were, obviously they'd stopped so they could, remove it from the road and all that. So, yeah. CNN breaking news. Trump, we'll be having a look at Trump tomorrow, that's for sure. But tonight, it is all about spooky. It's a spooky special. So I should get the right deck, shouldn't I? I should get my ghost deck. Let's see. Where is it? If I can find it with these. I might just use normal deck tonight. It is such a complete, absolute trash house here at the moment. Just a complete mess. And yeah. Yeah, prayers to the kitty. Here you go, Bubba girl. What are you going to show everyone your pretty face? Hey? Now, who has got someplace for me to look at? Someplace spooky. And I'll write the name down. I have to do some study. I missed the last discussion board for this subject. Didn't get it done in time, but I've still got an assignment to get done by Friday, so I'll be working on that. So, where's some spooky places you want me to check out? Oh. Ooh. Nice to say that was from Spooky Chills, but it wasn't. It was from this felt placemat. Oh, knowing that material goes, it makes your skin break out and goosebumps and stuff. Oh, okay. I'm looking for some place to look at. So, have at it. I can even look up some stories in places here in Australia, I guess. Haunted Sydney. Let's have a look. Haunted Sydney. Ten most haunted sites you can visit in Sydney. The Wollondilly Shire Hall. Now, I'm not going to read any more on that, but I'll just write down the name. Wollondilly Shire Hall. So that's apparently the quarantine station, yeah. Yeah. So I want you guys to have a think about something haunted where you'd like me to check out. So we've got the Wollondilly Shire Hall. We'll go Haunted Melbourne. The Old Melbourne Goal. Oh, there must be more than that. Hi, Margelle. Have you got a haunted place for me to look at for the spooky special? We can even look at something like a cryptid or something. Princess Theatre, Old Melbourne Gold. I'm going very, very quick because I don't want to. The entrance of Young and Jackson Hotel. That's interesting. Just the entrance of Young and Jackson Hotel. Red Coach Inn in Niagara Falls. Okay. I may have seen a show on this one. If I haven't, I'll look. But if I have, I might have a quick look. But I don't want to contaminate, you know. Yeah. Flinders Street train station, yeah. The Mitre Tavern. Yeah. So, right. So, Red Coach Inn in Niagara Falls, New York. Buffalo Avenue. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to do the share screen. Yeah. And that one. And let's have a look. We'll zoom in a bit. Wow, what a spooky place. Okay. Lots of photos. Come on. Okay, here we go. Wow. It's an interesting looking place, isn't it? I think I may have seen a special on this, but it was quite a while ago, so I will have a look. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that dining room. Definitely get a, I got, when I was looking at the dining room, I got a, like, walking down here, like if you're sitting in one of these chairs, you might feel like someone's walking past or something like that. So let's have a look. Guide to the highest truth and compassion. What can you tell me about those who may be about the energy of the Red Coach Inn? Can you all see me? I definitely think that dining room is an interesting place. Just lots of activity. I feel like you get maybe some residual noise or just like from outside or something. There's residual noise from outside. So is there residual noise from outside? Like, it's easy to say a horse and wagon. But I do think maybe that might be the show. I may have seen it, but yeah, there's definitely some secrets there about that inn. So this is the high priestess, and there's definitely some things about that inn that are very secretive. Was it? Does anyone know, Marjo? Do you know? Was it part of the Underground Railway? I do feel like there's like movement through the giant. Sorry, I'm pointing at it like this, but you can't see that. through here, like a sense of movement, and maybe people working in there setting it up for the day might feel, yeah. Vigilance. There's that vigilance again. I'm still getting. I don't know if it was part of the Underground Railway, but there's definitely. I don't know how old it is, but so close to the border too. Like there's definitely some embattle, and this is embattlement. I do feel like there's um an embattled person there, a vigilant person, possibly a soldier or something. Chuckle, chuckle. I've got the Two of Pentacles. It's just like juggle activity. Sometimes you don't know where to look. It's like, yeah, it's like it sends you chasing, looking from one. You know when you watch those shows and they hear a noise and they go and investigate and they can't see anything, and then they hear another noise and they go chasing after that. And sometimes it feels like they're chasing the noises around the place. So yeah, that's interesting. Really, really interesting. Um, yeah. Um, it was quite a long while ago. That's why I sort of like, I think I'd heard about activity outside of like cast activity, but I definitely feel like it was part of the Underground Railway, and there's definitely some residual from that. Um, but you know, and definitely like there's certainly an embattled person who is very vigilant, like very protective of it as well. And Queen of Cups, a calm presence and a calming presence as well. So this is a very old place. Let's have a look. Oops. I just got a text. Anyway, yeah. So the red coach in New York. Let's see. Historic bed and breakfast hotel. It's welcome guests since 1923. But a history. So if that's only been, if it was only built in the 1920s, So it was only open in the so that underground, maybe it was the site it was built on then, because I definitely get the feeling of people passing through and some secretive things. So it possibly have something to do with what was on the land beforehand. It's because the building itself is not that old, but there's definitely stuff resonant around it. So um, the building itself is just shy of 100 years old, which is more than enough time to accumulate ghosts. But I really do feel like there's a secretive thing. And so I do feel like there's possibly something that was on the site beforehand. Um, you were afraid to go in. Yeah. I don't think there's anything scary in there, but there's like the vigilance. Maybe someone's watching you. Yeah. Close to the border run runners during Prohibition, quite possibly Bonnie Russellton. Um, Bonnie Russellton. Bonnie Russell, sorry, my darling, I got your name all mangled. Quite possibly, it could have been that. Yeah, border rum runners. You know, when you get that secretive and furtive, you often think of the Underground Railway, but given that the place was only built in the 20s, quite possibly it could be that. Um, so, yeah, but there's definitely something, and definitely an air of vigilance and a embattled person. But lots of activity, lots and lots, a very busy atmosphere. And yeah, the vigilant like sometimes you've got to look over your shoulder a little bit. It's just, yeah, interesting place. Thank you for suggesting it. Molly Maguire, now Prince of Wales Hotel, yeah, I do know about, so I won't be looking at that. But that is a really good suggestion that it might have had something to do with the Prohibition era. Um, yeah. So let's have a look at who else has got some place for me to look at. I can't do all the hard work. I think we'll go for Wollondilly Shire Hall. We'll go look at that. Wollondilly is let's have a look. Apparently this place is just a few hundred meters from Falls, so 500 meters or so from Niagara Falls. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Wollondilly Shire Hall. Ooh, let's see what we can find out about this place. Wollondilly Shire. Um, yep. Let's have a look. As you can see, it's on the east coast of Australia, east in Sydney metropolitan area. So where are we? taking its time. Probably got too many things open. Always got lots of things open. Okay. Oh, wow. Let's have a look. So this is supposed to be haunted. Always have too much stuff open. It's that one. And it takes 15 photos. Okay. I take it's not the new building. Yeah, there it is, the Wollongong Shire Wall. Yeah. What do you guys think? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's like, have to shut down a couple of pages here. Now that is the new building. That's ugly. Oh, we didn't have the brightest architects. That's just such, isn't that just such a 1970s or 1980s building? It really is a 1970s, 80s Australian Shire building. Possibly a little bit of an edge into the 90s, but probably 80s. Oh, wow. Interesting. This is church. This has got the whole town of Wollongong in it. Wollongong. So this is the place that's supposed to be haunted. Let's see what we can do. We'll just do one more. Clear out. Guides with the highest truth and compassion. Can you tell? What do you reckon? I think I've sort of got a noise in my ear like furniture shoving. Hey! Oh yeah, the other one, not this one. This was built in 1913, so it's almost 110 years old. This building, but the other one, buck ugly, isn't it? Absolutely buck ugly. And how are you, J Cat Lady? Hi, Geek. The Haunting of Deck 11. With Deck 11 on what? Oh, that's a Star Trek episode. Geek. Oh my goodness, that's a Star Trek episode. Yeah, hi Gmail5. So let's have a look at this building. Let's have a look at this building. Um, yeah, I got like a scraping like furniture being moved. Really grumpy looking guy, this, isn't it? The King of Swords. So is there people haunting? Now, if it's with the yes, no, maybe card, it's a maybe card. Um, justice. I mean, it could be quite often town halls were acted as courthouses, or yeah, it could be a magistrate. I feel like there might be somebody in a legal there, or hanging around some energy. Faith. So there's a new start, sort of like, yeah, a new journey. It's like the dog. Now, the interesting, I'm focused in on the dog because I'm trying to figure out what it is with this full card that is talking to me, and I'm focusing in on the dog. And in the, the very early decks, the fool, the fool is often the dog is often seen here as a companion to the fool on his journey forward. But in the early decks, he was actually the dog was actually chasing the fool away because these people weren't welcome in town, so they would often set dogs onto them to chase them away. And it's like, right, this grumpy person likes to maybe scare people a little bit and chase them away. Here's another, it's the lawyer card in this instance. So possibly, yeah, definitely slow, or could be. I think there might be a spot in there where people sort of feel like they're not quite in the right time. You know what I mean? What has got Whitby so excited? Probably a cat on the back fence. Whitby! Good boy. And there's other dogs barking down the lane too. So they're all getting each other excited. Yeah. Like things just don't, like you're sort of stuck in time for a minute. Hang on. There's somebody at the door. I've got to, I'll have to go and have a look. couple of Jehovah's Witness ladies. I said, no, sorry, ladies. Not interested. I'm just doing a tarot special on my channel. And she went, oh, okay. Well, a different pathway maybe to us. I said, very different, and closed the door. Be interesting. I mean, I didn't read anything. I just saw it was on the list of haunted space places. Hi, Anna Mikado. Thanks for joining for the spooky special. Yeah. So that was really, really interesting. Now, has anybody got a place they want me to look at? Let's have a look at what's this place here. Who's got a spooky space for me to look at? Or do you want me to look at some... oh, no, that's still Wollondilly Shire Hall. No. Yeah. Come on, give me a spooky place to look at. I'll be very disappointed if you don't. Can't do a spooky special without spooky place. Oh, my goodness. Tremere Community Hall. Thelmere. Look at that place. That is a blast from the past, that photo. That photo was taken. But March 2019, hey, it looks a lot older. Thelmere Community, oh my goodness. Whoa. Thelmere, this is not far from the other place we were looking at. And, whoa, chills. USS Hornet. Oh, yeah. Love to do it, but I've seen so many specials on it that I'd be... You just closed the portal, Cartomancy. I don't want to accidentally open it up, but sure, if you... So... Footsteps. Do you get voices in your house? Cartomancy? How? They have a big parade. These were all taken in 2019, so I have an idea it may have been the 100th anniversary of the town. That town hall, that's a spooky looking place. 120 voices, yeah. Mm-hmm. Your house is 125 years old. Well, Cartomancy, why don't you give me the address and we'll type it in and see what we can come up with. You served aboard the Hornet when she was decommissioned. And your dad served aboard her during Korea. That's interesting because our friend Dennis, his father served aboard the Hornet during World War II, and I think maybe in Korea. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, both the original and the second, I think he served on. So, one. Okay, let's see. 1, 1, 2, 1. Rutherford Drive. The Mexican-American Wars, was that anywhere near you? Near in that area? Yeah. Oh, geek, I'll have to. So your dad, you served aboard the Hornet, and then your dad served aboard her during Korea. Wow. What was your dad's name? Oh, well, it was Smith, wasn't it? So let's zoom in on Cartomancy's house. Is this it? Is that your house, Cartomancy? On the corner there? I think Corner's house. I've got this thing. Your dad's name is Austin Smith. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I've got this thing about houses on corners that they attract because they're open on two sides and they're just, yeah. I mean, the house itself isn't that old, is it? Looks like it's a maybe 70s house. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady, you became a member. Thank you, my darling. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like often houses, because they're open on both sides, they're sort of like open to the energy around them, and sometimes some of the things that happen isn't necessarily to do with the actual house itself. And thank you, Crazy Cat Lady, for joining. That more to do with some of the energies coming in from the area behind it. Hi, Old Spirit Heart. Yeah. And some of it to do with the thing, but the voices you hear, I think they're, because Mesquite, Texas is not a new town. It's been around for quite a while, hasn't it? So, yeah, I've just got to answer a text. Yeah, bit of a scare, just a friend of mine. Yeah. So you said you just, I'm not surprised that there could be a portal in your house, or that there was a portal in your house, because the area you're in, Mesquite, Texas, it's been inhabited for a long time. and it's I'm going to bring up another map of the area, Google Maps. And the house was built in 1897. Oh, a lot older than it looks then. Well, there you go. Well, it's been inhabited for a long time too. When I go in there, I can see some things in the brickwork that definitely not modern day, is it? Definitely older styles of work there and stuff. And yeah, when you take a closer look from a distance, it didn't look that old to me, but when you have a look, yeah, like up here, and yeah. Leave that run. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is a lot older than it looks, doesn't it? You've done a lot of work on it. Yeah. Slippered feet just as you fell asleep. Ah. $18.50, yeah. Let that keep running. Let's see, Mesquite, Texas. Because when you said Mesquite, Texas, I got Mexican American Wars, but that's just possibly because, um, south of Dallas, 150,000. Oh, that's quite a ways away from the Mexican border. So there, yeah, history. The Tarraconis and the Caddo. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know why it always makes me think of the Mexico because it doesn't really look really near anywhere there. But yeah, definitely. As I said, footsteps and voices. You say you closed the port. I'm not surprised. I mean, I really do. My theory about houses on corners, because quite often you look and they're on a corner, and to me, it's just thought, yeah, that they're more open. You had your booster flu shot today. A solid ranch. Yeah, well, it probably would have been open land around there. It would have been quite undeveloped at the time that it was built, wouldn't it? Geez, my computer is slow. Hubby's always complaining about my computer, and it really is slow as. But it's good enough for my needs. And yeah. Anyway, um, a portal. I've heard that if you hear the sound of breaking glass, um, it was the first house in the area. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's probably a rancher. But there's no broken glass around that. It's a portal. So yeah. Hi, sweet pea. Have you got some haunted place in England that I could look at that I haven't already heard of? Oh, here we go. Yeah. This is where you are down in here, isn't it? Yeah. Uh, yeah, your corner neighbour says they have lots of things happening in their house. Yeah. Elementary school. Oh. Yeah. Very pretty town. Very pretty town you're in. Ball of light would fly down my street when my friend turned the corner. She saw it every time she came over. Wow. In Much Markle. Okay. Let's have a look. Is it a restaurant? Much Markle in UK. Probably going to take forever. Much Barkle is a village in the civil parish of Hertfordshire, 7 miles northeast of Ross on Wine. Parish's population at 660. Word for boundary or field. Okay. Wow. Helene, is it? So let's have a look in here. Boundary field, Malak. Yeah. The Walwyn Arms. Oh, Helen's. Here it is. Let's have a look. Church Corner B&B. It's a Tudor house. Okay. Wow. So the Tudors were, God, 1500, 1400 and something. They were around for a long time, weren't they? The land does retain things. I very much believe that as well. Native British. I've got one of those walled gardens. Very old. Ooh. Um, I got really drawn to this area here. Um, like this part that you might hear footsteps upstairs in that area. And I'm like, I bet you anything there's a story of a woman going out a window. Um, a little gatehouse or something here. Hmm. Beautiful garden. Um, Tudor garden. It's still got some trace of an original Tudor garden there. They were very, very elaborate. I just got a real grumpy gardener came into mind. A really, really grumpy gardener. That those stones are significant. That was like, don't play with my bushes. Don't. What are you doing digging this up? What are you doing digging that up? I've got that sort of thing in my head with when I looked at sort of like the garden area, like yeah. Um, I don't know what era he's from, but he's definitely a grumpy gardener. And Tudor houses were known for their elaborate gardens, but this is an interesting thing with the stone circles. They're always drawing energy, don't they? And yeah, Richie Garden, exactly. I mean, that is one of the things with Tudor houses is their, as you say, Ritzy Garden. And take it, it's been turned into a sculpture park as well. Yeah, it's like you see this maze here thing. That's very, very indicative of the intricacy of Tudor gardens. They have a garden festival. Yeah, it's definitely. I definitely got when I looked at that picture of the house there. Um, so I got like when I saw this, what went through my mind was a sighing noise and like a bit of melancholy feeling. That's wisteria, is it? I've heard of wisteria, but I've never seen what it looks like, and I've got a real melancholy feeling about it. And yeah, so I feel that yeah, I don't know whether they're old or new. I think they're quite old. I don't see why someone would. Yeah, I still get that grumpy gardener again. um, hmm, definitely not a fan of all the artwork. There's a kitchen garden. Here's a kitchen garden. Um, again, um, this area here, in this area of the house, I feel like there's definitely footsteps heard. Then there's that melancholy sighing feeling. That's here. Along here. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's footsteps and grumpy. I'm getting grumpy gardener again. Footprint coming from the middle of the field. That could be the grumpy gardener. Yeah. I'm sure there's a grumpy gardener there. Yeah. You can see like the maze here is very, very indicative of tudor gardens and this sort of thing. So, and in here there's a kitchen garden, and this place here, I would not want to go into that place at night for some reason. Just no. And this area here seems to be very Ellingham Castle. Okay. Yeah. I mean, there might be a few, impressions of people walking and all that along here, but yeah, I think there's definite footsteps. And yeah, interesting place. Thank you for pointing it out. Looks boo spooky. It does, doesn't it? I love the names of English villages. Mortimer's Castle. Marchmarkle. Oh, what's in Mortimer's Castle there? No photos. That's a shame. Yeah. There's lots and lots of villages around the English countryside, and they're just great. It's not from the house down to the drive. It's not nice at all. Hang on then. We'll go back. We'll zoom back in. Is this the drive you're talking about here? Or this one? I don't think it's a farm track. It wouldn't be an English castle. Yeah. So this one here, this is what you're talking about. Yeah, I toned in on that, sort of like quite an unpleasant feeling like you're being watched or something. Mm. Then there's this little wood here. Creepy. Oh, chills. Yeah, I feel like you're being watched. You feel like you're being watched, and yeah. It's really, really, really. Yeah, in this place, the woods here really creepy. Okay, who's got somewhere else for me? I'll do one more place, I think, and then we'll wrap it up. But who's got some place else they'd like me to look at? We can zone in on another part of the English countryside or another village if you want. Yeah, you feel that someone's looking at you. And you know what? I don't think it's a grumpy gardener. I think it's something else. Um, yeah. Uh, Old Gore. Much Birch. Michael Church. It's not far from the Welsh border. Wow. No wonder. The Welsh, that area is notorious. Upper Brenton. Battles all around. Yes. Stop. Staunton on Arrow. I love these names. Whitney on Wye. Old Randor. Radnor. Old Radnor. And New Radnor. I love it. Then you have the uppers and the lowers. Just absolutely, yeah. Dunfield House. What do we got there? Radnor Green. Rushock. Newburn. Dunfield House. So you live in much Markle. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at this place. Have you heard of Dunfield House? Because it's not really that far away from where you are. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh. Oh, look at those old chimneys and that old brickwork. Oh my Lord. Have you heard of this place? Sweet Pea? Because I'm getting all sorts of things. Oh, putty hat. Is that what they used to feed? Oh my goodness. Mm. Is it a holiday camp or something? I would not want to stay there. Just, yeah. I wouldn't stay there. You couldn't pay me enough money to stay there. And what a creepy place. It's a creepy ass place. Ross and Y. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, they're pretty. That house just it freaks me out. I don't want to look at any more of that. I don't know how people could stay there. Oh, I love this. Like Tarmac the Gore Quarry. Tarmac Tarmac the Quarry. Have you heard about the Harp Inn? I mean, it's just there's just so much. The Lord Lieutenant of the country. Oh my goodness. Home Marsh. You just got So such a long history of occupation, and there's oh, hmm. Anyway, look, my darlings, I think we might wrap it up today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. Um, yeah, I love looking at these places and seeing what I can pick up from the energy and stuff like that. It's really, really interesting. And yeah, Mellington House, Arthur Stone. All right, yeah, I've heard of that. Um, yeah, Mellington House. Wow, that looks like an interesting place. Let's see if we can find out anything about that. Oh, that Dunfield House. That's I mean, honestly, I've read one Daphne du Maurier, but it just feels like it's all of those creepy places all in one. Mellington House. What a pleasant place. Except that room. Mm, I don't like that room. Going on out the back there. Wow. That there's more areas there. Interesting place. I didn't like that room, but upstairs there. Uh, yeah. Anyway, my darlings, what I'm going to do is um, wrap it up for now. And thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to go take a bit of a break and then I have to go and do some studying. So thanks for joining me for a spooky special. Um, just remember, really, really would love it if you could supply me with some places to look at. That would be great. Um, yeah, servants' quarters. Yeah. Um, yeah, I've enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow for my normal Sunday morning. Um, so we'll see you then. Love you all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.